go by that next time and say, ooh, smart idea. EpiPen can't save everyone. Yeah, I don't have an EpiPen. My allergies aren't that bad yet, but if I keep eating crustaceans and shit, it might get bad. Just freaked. We'll have the light on. Do you? Just freaked. We still have light out. Do you? No. We're dark as fuck outside. Our sunset is around 8-10 p.m. right now. Don't use that for rattlesnake bites. Noted. Your cousin may have a thing there. Just saying. Yeah, is a Korean remedy is just get fucking shit-faced drunk like an old Korean ajashi, and then the next day you'll be all better. And I thought she was just being silly, and then it actually happened to me one time where I was kind of having a cold, and then I did drink too much bourbon one night, and the next day, like, I had a little hangover in the morning. I was fine by the afternoon, and I was like, oh my God, I feel completely better. I don't know. Yeah, I have a weed allergy, so a major issue. I would have been hospitalized if I had called, even though I need an EpiPen. I'm almost MLAO for person. If you can't buy those, you have two hypertensive crisis. So I chose to stay awake and only call 911 if I have to. All right. Sean Luke is like, drink more. Got it. Oh man, I'm really glad you're okay now. But geez, that would have been so scary. Yeah, luckily this time I knew what it was. Like, yeah, I knew what it was. It was really bad. If it got any worse, my only thing is, like, even if I went to the ER, they could only do so much for me. They could hydrate me with IV fluids. They might be able to give me some pain meds. The things that they could do, or the things that they did last time I went to the ER, were the same things that they would do. That, like, I could do that at home. There's not really much they can do, unless it's to the point where, like, I don't know, my intestines exploded or something. But it was just extreme pain and a bunch of other stuff. But luckily I knew what it was this time, so I just toughed it out and didn't eat anything for 4 days. And then everything calmed down, and now I'm slowly eating more and more, but I'm like very small increments. Doesn't your mom eat a bunch of ramen? No, she's the same as me. So we eat it as a special treat on occasion, like maybe once a month we'll eat ramen. But Maya and I ate like 6 ramen or more between the two of us, because we were sampling all the ramens on stream. And that is what got me, was eating so many back to back. I can take a ramen maybe once every 2 weeks, once a month, but having that many back to back was not a good idea. My stomach just couldn't process it, and then it freaked out on me and boycotted me. But no, my mom doesn't eat a lot. She doesn't eat, she even cut back on rice. She doesn't eat a lot of ramen, and she definitely doesn't eat, like, she can't drink beer anymore. If she does have a beer, she gets like fucking bloated and cranky and shit. So, and it's getting worse the older she gets too, yeah. And luckily we did by 55. I really hope that's not true. And God, I that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to be a little bit more careful what I do, because I was thinking about, I was like, fuck, I need to live long enough to like watch my kids grow up. So I should probably be a little bit healthier. The biggest thing about not having your colon burst, my mom actually has a difficult, I don't know how to say that. You have to avoid rupture that causes sepsis. Ooh, that's bad. Ooh, that's bad. Don't give booze a bad name by you add ingredient for things that can help. Booze is for drink. It ain't medicine. What the fuck? What? Booze isn't medicine? That was the first time learning about this. I have a huge bowel issue myself, and now I really have to go to a gastroenterologist. When I see starting up to get worried, now that I have ulcerative colitis. Yeah. If you have it, you should, if you're worried, you should definitely go see one. It took me 6 years to finally go and see a tummy doctor. And I only went to the tummy doctor because I was in the ER. They hospitalized me and they're like, you need to go to a tummy doctor. So I did. My friend has Crohn's disease, pretty bad. And she was also like yelling at me that I didn't go earlier. Certain alcohol definitely has some health benefits as long as it's responsible. Yeah, I'm trying to learn to be more responsible. Last year I was not a responsible drinker. I was just a heavy drinker. This year I'm getting better. I remember. Yes. The important thing to know is what's going on and your options are. Going to the hospital isn't always the answer. Yeah, that was a big ass, the ER was a big bill too. But it got to be the point where Malin was yelling at me. Like when I didn't tell him for years what was going on. I finally told him my symptoms. He's like, why the fuck haven't you gone to that? He screamed at me, he yelled at me, and I was like, my bad. He's like, you go to the ER now. And then I called an online nurse. I was like, these are my symptoms. She's like, go to they all thought I had cancer. Everyone thought I had some sort of cancer when I finally went to the hospital. Turns out I didn't have cancer, but I am cancer prone, I guess. So I gotta be better, Kathy. I had a really bad IBS episode a few days ago. It was painful, bloating, all that stuff. Didn't eat for 3 days either. Haven't eaten, don't plan to. My intestines need a break. Yeah, ditto. I had to eat very, very small amounts, barely anything for like 3 or 4 days to calm down. But it's cool. I still cooked a lot on stream. I made food for other people. It's really hard to cook a bunch of food and then not be able to eat it. But I'm getting better at it. Things like alcohol, cocaine, steroids, and opiates can be extremely therapeutic. They're just so addictive that they aren't often subscribed as appropriately needed. Yeah, for sure. They can help. Those can totally help. I think a lot of those things were originally, started as things that, wasn't cocaine originally in Coca-Cola? That's why it's called Coke? Yeah. The hospital thing is the least helpful, most expensive thing ever. It's a reason why people die to avoid the ER. Yeah, the fact that it's so expensive. Mary Todd says, all right, bean thread noodles. Bean thread noodles would be better. That'll help with my gluten intolerance. But in general, my body doesn't process carbs very well, which is why I tended to lean towards keto for so many years. Even before we ever went on a keto diet, I tended to take out carbs anyways. And so the year we started doing streaming, we ate tons of homemade pasta. We did all this stuff. And that's when I started to have a lot of flare-ups again. And it was only when Melon's like, we need to do keto. Like, let's lose weight and stuff. And then we started doing keto. Then my stuff went into remission. And there was a period in there where I was doing keto, but I had a big flare-up. But I think it was going to happen anyways. But after talking to a bunch of doctors this past month, it turns out keto is actually, or like a modified half-assed lazy keto diet has been what's been saving me this entire time. Like the fact that I haven't had as many issues like I did a couple weeks ago is because unexpectedly, inadvertently, I've been helping myself by following this thing that, I guess it kind of makes sense. I felt better when I was eating that diet, and so I just kept doing it. But apparently that's what helped me. And then my primary care physician did my blood work, and I was on keto at the time. He's like, wow, your numbers are great. Like you have very low cholesterol, high good fats, low bad fats, blood pressure is great. Everything looks amazing. And he's like, what have you been doing? And I was like, half-assed keto? And he's like, well, whatever it is, keep it up. So apparently this entire time, what I was doing was the right thing to do for my body. However, that being said, please don't do keto. Like unless you have a medical condition or whatever, or you follow a very healthy version of it, I do not recommend keto for most people. It is a hard, difficult diet, and it's really hard to balance it out to make sure you get all the nutrients. It's good if you want to lose a lot of weight quickly, but as a lifestyle, like what I do not recommend it for most people. And I don't really do keto. I do like a half-ass modified version. Like you're not supposed to drink when you're on keto. Yes, I meant prescribed, not subscribed. I know what you meant. No worries. Hubby has Crohn's. Nope, still drinking a meat. Yep. Oh yeah, my friend, she still drinks meat and has a drink on occasion. Yeah. Did I say drinks meat? I probably did. Oh my gosh, I'm officially changing my name to, I don't know how to pronounce that, Cabeza. Setcats, I'm reading backwards, sorry. Kathy, did keto diet help with the GI issues? Yes, but only for me. Most people who have colitis, ulcerative colitis, the diet I eat does not help them. I talked to the lady, and most of the stuff you're supposed to eat is like bland carbs, rice, and stuff like that. But because I also have an intolerance for gluten and issues with other carbs, my diet is very much just mine. I do not recommend it for ulcerative colitis. If you have ulcerative colitis, you should probably do and for some reason coffee doesn't irritate me, but it irritates a lot of other people. So whatever I'm doing, do not follow me. I have a fucked up diet. Is your pain in the stomach or lower abdomen? Do you get stomach ulcers? I don't get stomach ulcers, but it is my lower abdomen. Yeah, definitely. I always call it tummy, but it's actually my lower abdomen that I have problems. Thank you, Sovereign Bohemian, for the follow. We're talking about weird shit, but thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, people can't really fucking things up for everyone else. Exactly. Yeah, I don't have anything in my stomach. It's all in my lower intestines that I'm fucked up with. Yep. Okay, so I watched the Batman. Triad. My honest opinion, it is one of the better Batman movies. My tops are Tim Burton's Batman. That's what I like to hear. And the Dark Knight Batman. Okay, and the Batman. Pattinson also gave a solid performance as Batman. My tops Batman actments are Keaton, Bale, Adam West, and Pattinson. Try it. I respect your opinion. I disagree, but we can agree on Keaton. So like, those homies right there. I have a very different thing. Malin says Oh shit, she's awake. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap up soon. Malin says that the only Batman worse than Pattinson is Batfleck. So Ben Affleck is the worst Batman. Pattinson is right above it, and then yada yada yada. I